Hyperlight Breaker. Remember? Hyperlight Breaker? Hyperlight Breaker. Also, thank you, Alana, for reading. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah, Alana read. I saw that.
It's a game that's vivid.
I wonder what Alana thought of the video games.
World that can be
I'm sure Alana loves video games. I know that about Alana, so.
It's
Alana's one of many
and the first
quintessential gamers.
An open world game where you never return to the same world twice. You could say it's a mix of incredible open world games like Breath of the Wild, distilled into the format of a roguelike such as Dead Cells or Hades.
Kind of reminds me of the evolution of Risk of Rain to 2.
This looks cool. Online. Breaker's narrative will be presented fully through visual storytelling, where you'll discover and decipher the mystery of this world and lost land.
Yeah, you had a pretty good variety. I'm just thinking about Summer Games Fest.
Different. Loaded.
It's Summer Game Fest.
Creatures.
Is it
really?
Really?
It is, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Summer Games Fest.
No, it's Summer Game Fest.
And new discoveries in a mysterious, vibrant,
but there's
yet horribly ominous atmosphere.
Okay.
Each
the hashtag was hashtag Summer Game Fest.
Set pieces and stories of their own. There will be
Damn.
massive bosses.
That's probably why Jeff didn't respond to any of my texts. Yeah, I said it in like every one too.
Oh no.
I thought I was doing him a favor. I was like, I'm helping your branding out, bro. But
unlock new characters.
Oh no.
Upgrade your equipment as you bring back more.
I knew that something was off last time we hung out. I knew that.
So much from our previous games.
You know, sometimes you can't just bring it up though, or it's weird to bring it up. And
well, it's like you know, your driver's license is actually your driver license.
Excited to have you experience.
What?
You know that? At least in California, it is.
A driver. Shouldn't it be a driving license?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what they call it. Driver license.
Son of a bitch. I never saw that before.
Yeah.
Ah, damn, man.
Yeah, again, in California here, it's driver license, but I don't actually know if it's...
Transylvania, to bring you a game that is not what you expect.
Sorry, everybody.
From developers
the way it goes.
Skip and publisher I Am 8-Bit Presents.
I already have a headache.
Michigan says driver license. Texas says driver license.
Why'd you have to do that?
And enjoyable.
Damn it.
Sorry, everybody.
It's chill and vibey.
Oh, hey, I'm curious about this game.
While you play.
Which game?
Simpler Times.
Simpler Times. Remember, I was espousing the virtues of a zero IQ existence.
Oh yeah, that's right. Zero IQ. Let me change this.
Hi there, welcome. I'm Lara.
And
oh yeah, title, huh?
Yeah, I was going to change the title
a
little bit.
Good call.
Team from Transylvania, and our mission is to create meaningful interactive experiences.
Day of the Devs is
our
like
first game,
typically pretty
Times,
relaxed.
sheds light to the beauty of the ordinary.
So I don't know. We'll just be drinking and chilling.
Where you can be present.
Simpler Times
Yeah, Devolver starts at what? 3?
3, yeah.
That's not going to be relaxed.
That's correct. And I don't even really know how to do a drinking game for Devolver.
Starting to feel like I'm never gonna come back.
Just kind of like watch.
Yeah, it's usually just a fever dream and then it's over. Why worry about it? I don't know where we're at in the Devolver continuity. Actually, this will be fun. Anyone in chat who's up on the DCU, go ahead and let us know.
Because last year I didn't watch, but the year before I had watched. So I kept up with Devolver last year, or the year before, but not last year.
I've seen them all, but only I only check in 15 minutes at a time a year apart, so I really don't remember what's going on. Last I remember, there was like they had to time travel. There was a RoboCop, but that was like 4 years ago. The story has evolved.
I really wish I could take you.
Do you need any food or drink or anything?
No, I'm good.
You good? Okay,
I'm good.
You sure? Just let me know. I'll order whatever.
Sure, all right for now.
I'll make sure your head's all right. How's your head feeling?
I can still feel a lot of pressure, but luckily there's no pain.
That's terrific.
So it just kind of feels like I'm underwater.
Ugh. Jeez.
It could be a lot worse. This is fine.
Simpler Times stems from stories we believe.
I was telling everybody we're also going to be doing Xbox and Starfield on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which I can't wait for. So if you want to see me excited, which I'm very rarely excited about these things, Starfield I think will probably get me excited. We'll see.
And so much time
Xbox just owns a lot of studios that I really, really like. So even if it's just them saying this is what we've been working on for the last 2 years, I'm fine with that. I'm curious to see more Forza. I'd like to see Perfect Dark. I don't know if that's in a place to be shown, but that could be cool. Whatever that ends up being.
The rumors are what New Vegas 2. There was a couple other ones. Avowed I think was in there.
Oh yeah, Obsidian's thing.
We hope you'll enjoy playing Simpler Times.
For people who really like New Vegas, I want New Vegas 2. But also I worry that like I feel like New Vegas might have a Halo problem where it's if it's like the last thing, then it won't read too well these days.
Really think so? It's interesting you say that because New Vegas. So I just played New Vegas for the first time last year, and it was great. It felt very, not current, but it felt kind of timeless when I played it. Even though the graphics are garbage, the story itself was super fun and it was a great game. So if Obsidian could just make another one in the upgraded engine, I feel like they kind of got a home run. I'm not sure.
Become 3D worlds to explore. This is Viewfinder.
I guess to me, the things that made New Vegas really good were the writing and characters.
Right.
And I guess for me as an RPG, the quest flow, it was very specifically like, with a specific skill set, you had certain options through particular quests, which is really interesting.
That's right.
But there are RPGs that do that stuff now, and I don't know, those don't have a cult following.
Like what?
I don't. Well, I guess there was like Pathfinder. Well, I guess they're not. They don't have the aesthetic, you know. Maybe that's the key.
Well,
but there's like Pathfinder. There's Divinity.
Oh yeah, but Fallout has that. Fallout has the like popular appeal of the setting.
Did you just shift?
And
really?
that, you know, like Todd Howard gives it, basically.
Yeah.
And also, we're not going to get another Fallout for years. We're not going to, because we're like the Elder Scrolls 6 is what, 2 years away?
And they have that
away?
show coming out, don't they?
So they got. We have Starfield this year. We have, I think, Elder Scrolls 6 in 2 years, and then Fallout in another 5, probably 6. So I think if they do New Vegas too, it'll keep the Fallout brand going.
Yeah.
So
I hope that's not the motivation for doing it. You know.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah. But is that going to make for a good game?
It might. If Obsidian wanted to do it. If they're excited to make it.
You can rotate reality.
I guess that's what kind of concerns me, is that they made Outer Worlds, which is basically Fallout in space.
It totally is, yeah.
So they made their own,
but it didn't catch. Not as much as Fallout.
Also compared it to The Witness.
Not as much as Fallout.
Manifold Garden.
I guess they're different games too, or different approaches.
Yeah, this game is super chippy.
Yeah, I like this. I like perspective-based games.
Sandboxy and playful and open-ended.
Whoa.
The whole concept of when we started this, that
is Obsidian making other games right now? I mean, yes, they are, but that doesn't matter. They can make other video games too. They can do both.
They did Grounded?
Grounded, yeah.
And then Pentiment.
Viewfinder.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If you liked New Vegas, it's. I'm not making a direct comparison here, but certainly the writing and characters and
interesting cultures.
The timelessness of it, I think, applies. Pentiment's very, very good. It's like characters and stories that'll stick with you versus just kind of like find me 5 cows fluff.
I meant to actually play Pentiment and just never did, but I heard amazing things about it.
I think you'd really, really like it.
Yeah, I think that I probably would.
It's kind of a tough one to stream though, because it's just a lot of reading.
Yeah.
I feel like text-heavy games are, to me, they're difficult to.
I agree.
To stream.
Yeah, I agree.
One of her many passions.
Ah, that's fun. Oh, cool!
Always fun.
Yeah, that's really neat. It's really well made.
It's just very important.
I'm always shocked when
for us to just put in
these kinds of things just work.
So that the rest of
non-Euclidean
the
stuff.
Could also, have a glimpse of the experiences that we've had.
That's kind of what I'm excited about, though, for the Xbox showcase. I think that's the strength of Game Pass, is game concepts that would just never be greenlit under any other circumstance. But Xbox's many studios can flip them in like a year and a half or 2 years. Yep. Small 20-man team doing something.
We have eyes everywhere, and the curation team is always looking for games. This next one actually came from Twitter because the creator was posting all these amazing GIFs. And
that would have been a high fade.
And asked
John Gibson?
No, I guess it has to be an anachronistic high fade. That was the rule.
Gorgeous hand-drawn.
I've known John for as long as I've lived in Los Angeles, about 20 years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Met him a long time ago. Long before I am 8-bit. He was a friend of a writer friend of mine who worked at G4 when I first started working at G4 way back.
How cool is that?
Yeah, really nice guy.
Well, I am 8-bit's going to be at
the
game
main
days.
mechanic in Haunty is
that
as a ghost, you can hunt things and get
Maybe I'll run
access
into
to
them.
their abilities.
This looks cool.
There's a big variety of things.
These games always like, there's always like one or two that I will end up playing and they'll really hit. And I'm like, wow, this is really fucking cool.
I think you'll have a lot of fun sort of exploring around.
Oh, Lawrence,
what different things
you finally got the message that I get every day in chat.
Abilities that they give you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's new for me.
I was going to say, I don't know how often you see that, but I see it every day, all the time.
Shooters,
like, wow, it's in Lawrence's chat.
On the high intensity moments and more on finding
what's the response?
I have like 3 commands that my mods always hit every time.
I don't even have one. That's how
Honti follows
that's how blissful it is.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
Beyond that,
I don't know what it is.
I don't want you to have to deal with that.
I've mused about this.
In the afterlife.
I've mused about it.
I don't want you to have to deal with any of that shit.
Maybe I'm not as nostalgic.
I'm not nostalgic ever. It's the opposite.
No, I'm
resistant to it.
It's not necessarily that you revel in it, but that you evoke it in other people.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's I don't know how to explain it.
Past life
that makes sense. I know what you're saying.
The environment.
I like that we're talking about stuff that chat has no idea about. Maybe they're guessing.
They're
theorizing.
This looks cool.
Frame animation work in there.
Oh.
And we have a fantastic soundtrack.
Look at the Bruce. They're twirling. Oh,
they're twirling forever.
You see, yin and yang. Forever related, forever destined to stay apart.
Together to give you this sort of tour through the afterlife, chilled out experience.
Oh, Steven Spawn knows exactly what. Yeah, I know. Steve knows. Steve's in both of our chats. He knows.
Steve knows everything.
Yeah, that's true. Steve does actually know everything.
Wishlist it.
We're gonna crush some Diablo 4 pretty soon.
Oh man,
Honti.
I can't wait.
That looks rad.
Our next game is a bit
I got my horse finally.
It arrived on the scene around 12.
Level 51. Got a horse.
I just got a horse last night with Steve.
Steve's good.
I forced Steve to quest with me.
Steve asked me to join his party, and I was like, I need a horse. And I didn't, because I didn't know if he was doing horse stuff.
Oh, the Diablo 4 servers are down? Well, I'm glad I'm not playing.
I set up a robot to move my mouse in circles, so it will never log me out.
Story unfolds.
Now, if my robot breaks down, then I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Trying to balance keeping your business afloat.
Just go home and it's a smoking crater.
You're like, no! Stephanie, why didn't you watch it? She's playing COD.
Hey.
Decade.
You made me up.
It gives me great pleasure to tell you that Leveling Your
Man, I wish. Watching Steph play COD is one of my favorite activities.
I love watching people play COD.
It's really fun to watch.
Because I can't stand playing it. So I don't want to play like multiplayer Modern Warfare, even Warzone, fuck it. But I love watching people that are like having fun and good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I love it. So much fun.
It's one of the earliest YouTube things that really made sense to me. The like COD kill montages.
Hi,
yeah,
I'm Nick
it's fun to watch.
I'm
like,
with Ad Hoc
people
Studio,
beast and reload
and we're
quickly.
here to show you Cart Life.
I don't know if you've like I would
Could
stream
you be a boxcar
Cart
hobo?
Life is a retail simulator
For real?
developed by
I used to
Richard
stream with
Hoffmeyer
Nanners
and
all the
was
time,
originally
and
released
I would
in
watch
2013,
Nanners play
where it
COD,
won
and
a
the
bunch
dude
of
is just
awards
so
at the Independent
good.
Games Festival.
He was so
For a
good at
variety
it,
of
and I was always
reasons,
like, man,
he
this
ended up
guy's
pulling
so
off
good at
Steam,
it.
but
And I
all of
just
us
never
at
got
Ad
tired of
Hoc are
watching
such
him.
big fans of Richard's work. Now we're partnering with him to help bring it back.
I miss Nanners.
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a bunch of games with Nanners over the last like year or so, and he just had a kid. He just had a baby. Yeah, him and Kathy just had a baby. I know.
Little baby Nanner.
So he's been focusing on that, which is great.
How many Dark Souls do
In
you
Cart
think
Life, you can play as 3
Nanners
different
beat?
characters in any order.
Nanners
Each
didn't-
have
he
their
didn't play
own
Dark
unique
Souls, but
background
COD.
and
But he probably
circumstances,
could, right?
But what they all
I mean,
have
of course he
in common
could,
is that
yeah.
they're trying to make
He's a
it
pro
as
gamer.
street vendors. Melanie is a
It's worth cold hard
recent
cash.
mother and has moved back into her
Today's
family home
economy.
with her daughter,
Also,
all
if
the
you ever
while
watch
trying
Hutch
to
play
establish her
COD,
new coffee cart.
Hutch is really good at
He's a
COD
beast,
too.
yeah.
He's a fucking beast. Love watching that dude play.
Andrus is a Ukrainian immigrant who is trying to put
There's
down
just like a
roots
whole
in
other
new
level
town
of
by opening a newspaper
people
stand.
that play those games that
And
I'm like,
Vinny
I'll never
has
attain.
big dreams.
I
but
wonder
not
what it
enough
is.
money
Is it just
to
raw
make it
hours?
happen.
You
He's
just
hoping that
put in the
selling
drills
will
every
make it
night.
as well.
I think it is raw hours, like combined
Managing
with
your own
skill.
cart
I mean, like
is not
combined with the
easy.
fact that
Just
by
like in
oh
real
hell
life,
yeah,
in
You're
Dad-
showering good.
dad shower.
Crack bonus.
Is this
Really take care of
like
yourself
Papers,
and others.
Please?
Sun multiplier.
How you
Yeah, a little
prioritize the needs
bit.
of your cart against the personal needs of
I
each
thought you worked in a
character
you work
will
in a
determine the
like a
outcome
coffee
of the
shop.
stories.
You work in a communist coffee shop, I hope.
Shawnee O'Fagans. I had to be very careful about the pronunciation.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
The world of Cart Life is alive and filled with characters who are potential customers that you'll get to know as you try to build your business. There's no right or wrong way to play this.
Bruce, we got video games about going to work.
I like I like these games if they don't
Everyone's experience will
take
be
themselves
different
seriously.
based on the choices they make.
So if they're like this
what they
really serious,
prioritize,
like
and
you go to
the
work
order
and
in
like
which
you're a
they choose to play
bartender
the
and it's
character.
really boring.
This release is going to
And
have
like,
a
no,
bunch
it's
of
just
new
like real
core
life. It has to be like real life. Like that
updated
sucks.
controls and mechanics.
Did you never
we
played
really look
Contraband
forward to
Police? Did
sharing it
you?
all with
Not
you
yet, no.
on PC and console
Contraband Police
later
is
this
like
year.
the perfect mix of like a whatever, a real life job, right? But also ridiculous bullshit happens. It's really great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's super fun.
There's a demo for a game called Little Guardsman, where you're a child and you play as the guardsman for like a medieval town.
Renaissance has been going
But
on
like vampires and gremlins,
Yeah, exactly. That's
giant orcs roll up and you have to interrogate them and use items on them to figure out if you let them in or not.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This next one gives you all that Tony Hawk mechanical goodness that you crave, but with a
crave.
heavy helping of
I do
demons
crave it.
and brimstone. This is the world premiere of Hellscape.
Gamers crave. World premiere of Whatscape?
Hello, my name is Jordi van den Bussen, also known as Kwobbelkop. I'm the CEO and founder of Phantom Coast. And today,
Do you wish, Lawrence? Do you wish that you were a
Hellscape.
CEO and founder of a game dev studio? Do you ever want to do that? Like, have you ever thought about like pivoting from content creator to making a video game?
Yeah.
Because you know a lot about video games. I feel like you could make a good video game. No, okay. I wasn't sure.
I would have to make at least 5 before I would consider anything to be like good.
That's true. That's true.
Too slow.
Maybe? If I looked into it, maybe, but I don't know.
Hellscape takes place in
What's the victory
Here you play
condition
as Ensign
of
Falcon,
being a
skater through and
game
through.
developer?
All
I mean, the victory condition is
escape
profit.
before time's
Yeah, I
fate.
guess.
So if you spent
Even
$1
if
million
you
on a
go
game
through
and you
the
made
gods and
1.5,
monsters, we'll do anything to stop
you made
him
profit.
and his skater friends from doing
that is
what
a
they
victory
love the
condition.
most.
Well, I'm already making profit though, so it's all right.
Well,
Very
that's true, but in
similar to
content
the
creation.
arcade
But would you want to do it in
games
video
such as
games?
Tony
I don't think so. I don't
I
know.
mean, our lead game designer
I've just wondered.
on Tony Hawk's Underground.
I've thought about it.
I've never asked Lawrence that question. I've always wondered.
And the
There's no gap
I worked on a game called Tony Hawk
that's
Underground.
waiting
And at
to
the
be
time
filled
we were
in game
working on it, we were
production.
thinking,
That's true.
man, this is
So-
Yeah, you're right.
an RPG
I don't
or
really
action
feel like a
RPG, all these
calling to
stats,
do
and
it
you're upgrading
because
and all this kind of stuff. It's super cool,
everything's
super
being
neat,
served
right?
so well.
But, Of course, we're bound
Maybe
to Tony Hawk,
someday
we're
I'll
bound
find my
to
calling, but
the
pretty much everybody's got pretty
It
much
always
everything
seemed to me
covered.
That skate graphics
I would agree.
create and
I would agree.
imply such an interesting world, but it's
You
not
could make a
coherent
really
world
good
that you can
boomer
visit.
shooter.
So that was one of the
Maybe
motivations
because you're
behind Hellscape.
like a boomer shooter expert.
Hellscape is a
Yeah, there's a lot of really good
skateboarding
boomer
game.
shooters though.
It
There
fuses
are.
together
Like
old
more than
school
even I have time to
skateboarding
play.
with
So
traversal, manuals, grinds, jumps, bounce.
I guess
with,
if I were to make one,
roguelike
I'd cram in all
structure.
sorts of weird commentary things into it. But
Just like with
that's
other
the
games
thing
in the
though.
roguelike
If I
genre,
make something
death is a central
to make it
mechanic
worthwhile or
in the game.
interesting for me, it almost would necessitate it not having
When you
popular
die in a
appeal.
run,
Sure.
Because what I think is
don't
interesting
lose
doesn't
everything.
typically align
You
with what
keep your
sells or is broadly
resources, which you
marketable.
can
So
use
You know
to
what's
get
weird is that
permanent
sometimes that
upgrades
wraps
such as
around
tattoos
into popular
it
or
appeal.
can, yeah.
skateboards, which act
Yeah,
as
the
Not always, but sometimes.
was it the David Lynch happening, where you make your own weird shit, and for some reason it just resonates with everybody at
That's
exactly
right.
the right
can be
time.
Yeah.
described as a fast-paced skateboard
Yeah, but that's I don't even know that I'd want that
Well, you
either.
have your
If
light
that,
and
even if that
heavy
accidentally
attacks.
happened.
The core of the game
then you just,
revolves
like,
around your skateboarding.
People like ask you for stuff, and they want you to come places. Just think about Kojima's inbox. And yes, I'm saying I could be the next Kojima if I wanted to be. But what's that like on a daily basis, man?
That sucks. That sucks.
You have to like work really hard, I bet, on establishing boundaries and figuring out what your career is going to be and how you interface with all that stuff.
Why did you
And I've
stop
thought
me
about
from
some of that
skating?
stuff, but
Look at yourself.
it's cozy being low profile.
What do you think happens when that gets
Yeah,
to
that's
your
right.
head?
It is.
Thank you for watching this
I
reveal
think
of
there was
Hellscape.
definitely a phase of my
Wish
life
listing
where I
the
wanted
game
people
would mean the
to
world to us.
hear my
Thank you.
opinions and agree with them. And despite insisting that all of my chat agree with me on stream,
Do you do that
mostly-
often?
Oh yeah, I ban anyone.
Interesting. Good
Dude,
for you.
one
That's a
step out of line.
okay. All right. That's a nice. I like that policy. I've actually never enacted that in my chat, but I may start doing that.
You should. Bruce, when you're as charismatic as we are, we get to pick and choose.
If you don't agree with me, you're banned.
Yeah.
Using this
Just lay it out there.
your power and
And the fun thing is they don't know yet. So they can just say stuff and they're wrong and then you just ban them.
And they don't know why, or
Well, I mean, they know after the fact.
okay, all right.
Because, I mean, they know the stakes. So if they got banned, it's not hard to figure out.
philosophical questions.
Also, fun fact, that keeps everybody else in control when they see that shit happen.
What does it mean to be?
Oh, you mean like, yeah, that's right. Because then they don't want to go out of line.
Yeah.
Because then they might get banned.
Right.
So they realize, oh, I have to agree with Lawrence all the time. Yeah.
They wait until I tell them what to say, and then they tell it back to me. It's the perfect setup. They tell it back.
The best kind of audience, the one that only says the things back to you that you just said.
Most fulfilling audience interactions.
The familiar noise
Sorry.
of Henry's alarm
Yes, chef. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, boy.
of a new day. And it will
Feels
keep going
good.
until Henry gets up and calms
I've wondered
the
about
nervous
that.
quivering machine.
You ever like getting streamer brain, where maybe you get too used to being the the only voice?
Sure. I mean, it doesn't happen to me because I constantly have people being like, Bruce, this is wrong, and you said this wrong, and you did this wrong. I'm like, all right, yeah, you got it. Trust me, it's constant.
But you could ban them.
I could, but I
Boom,
don't.
right away.
But I don't.
Okay. Well, then you don't have streamer brain.
I don't. I want everyone to express their opinions. Now, that said, I'm also willing to argue with you if I'm feeling like I should argue with you. If not, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
With part of the morning
Move
routine
on.
done, Henry was ready
That can
to
be fun.
freshen up.
Good sporting argument every so often.
Yeah, whatever. Debates.
The open forum.
No big deal.
We're living in a wonderful era of open philosophy.
I want everybody to
For
like
hours,
also know
Henry
that
could
when
sit
you
there,
disagree, it's not a
lifting
big
the
deal,
seat
right?
up
You can
and
disagree
down,
and still
pretending
be
it was a singing mountain.
respectful and still be acquaintances and whatever else.
Not too
So,
cold.
it's all good.
Yeah, there are boundaries, of course, but I feel like it's healthy to be around thoughts you don't agree with.
Absolutely.
As much as your
100%.
brain is like on fire and hates it.
100%.
I follow a couple of like subreddits and stuff just to like click into the comments and read through opinions that I fully disagree with, just to keep a feel on like how people live and what they think and how they arrive at those conclusions.
I know my mods actually do get off on banning people immediately.
Good for them.
And once they do it, I back up my mods. I'm like, no,
always.
They're good.
No, you take it up with them in private.
But I'm usually the most lax. Like I'm the one that's usually like, nah, whatever, let them talk.
Beverage is important.
Yeah, me too.
So is keeping
To the detriment. Sometimes everyone else in chat is like, just ban this asshole.
Yeah, no,
I'm like,
no.
well, hold on a minute.
What do they got to say?
That's all for now.
I like folks that almost do a cat and mouse game of writing the fine line of pretending to be oblivious, but are just being like a low-level troll.
That's right, yeah.
You know what? To me, it's like, okay, let's see what you got. Put on the gloves. I've had a light beer. We're going in the backyard.
A one light beer.
You know what bugs me though, Bruce?
Please tell me.
Of nature.
The art of trolling has
Fed
stagnated.
and well informed, Henry has to get
Okay.
I haven't. My breath hasn't been taken away by a troll in a long time. Long time.
All right. What takes your breath away as a troll?
Somebody who can get my jimmies rustled.
Right, but also not get banned.
Yeah, exactly. You got to ride that line.
Takes the lunchbox
You got to ride the
leaves
curl.
now.
But
They
at
can
some
catch
point, it
the
just flips into me
8 o'clock
toying
bus.
with you, and then the game's up.
Double the Henry,
So it's like you have to. It's a battle of will.
But Henry's not so ordinary.
Stamina.
everyday
I want to
life.
know how to do that with Lawrence.
Henry.
Because Lawrence has some
everyday
pretty
life
high
with a
tolerance.
You could roll an alt and then just start firing away.
But I don't know how I would troll you though. I'm not sure what I would do to
next
troll
game
you.
is from Yeppy Carlson,
Hmm.
creator who's perhaps best well known.
And don't give away your secrets.
Yeah, I'm
either.
thinking about handing over the keys to the kingdom.
No, don't give away your secrets because then
the
people
honor
will
of
come in and
working
start
with him
trolling
to
you.
publish
And you don't
two
want
solo
that.
projects
You want them to
as part of
find
Double
that on their own.
Fine
But if
Rhythm action platformer 140
what if
and co-op
I'm the
arcade
only
shooter
lion
soft.
strong enough to bare my
Two of
stomach
most
to the
fiendishly
world?
well-designed and fun puzzle games I've ever played.
I show you my weak point,
Truly
you
give
can't
a
even take me
sense
down.
for and
How about
appreciation
that?
of
That's pretty
Yeppy's
strong.
contributions to the
So
Playdead
that's what I was talking about earlier.
game sees him teaming
Where
back
like,
up
so
with
my
Yeppy
example is, my analogy has always been the same.
applying
If you've
his
got a
trademark
really
puzzle
fast
skills
car
to beautiful,
and somebody else
mind-bending
next to you has like a,
This
they're like whatever, it's like a medium car, let's say. And
Hello,
you
I'm
know
Jan,
your car is going to go faster than their car, but they want to
and
race
audio
you,
director
and you
of
don't race
Geometric
them.
Interactive
That's
in
power.
Copenhagen.
I
I'd like
actually
to
think
show
that's
what our
power
amazing team has been
in the sense that
working on for the
you're
last
not
couple of years.
using
Our
what
game
you know will beat them. It's the walk softly and carry a big stick philosophy of you don't need to beat them because you already know you will beat them. So who cares? That's why I like it.
That's why I don't post on Twitter. I already know I've won. Why bother?
Exactly.
Gamers aren't used to restraint.
They're not.
That looks cool. It's like the bees.
That's a vagina.
That's a vagina now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big... Oh. Is this about periods or what? So crimson.
Cocoon is an adventure game
Cocoon.
with multiple worlds, and each of these
Wasn't Wilford
worlds
Brimley
are
in that?
contained within an orb.
The movie, yes, yeah.
Was that a James Cameron
We
movie?
demonstrate by jumping
I
out
don't
of
know.
the world which we are currently
I'm not sure who that
exploring.
was directed or produced by. It was a popular film.
Just like that, we
Oh,
are now
look.
in the world outside.
They went from one world to the next.
It's got world tech.
The
Do it
orange
again.
orb here contains the world we were previously
That's right.
exploring.
Oh yeah.
Hulk avoiding the fight because he knows he wins. Yeah, like if you're Hulk, you don't fight those unless you need to, right? Because you
We
know
are now
you're
in
gonna
a
win.
world even further outside, and can explore this world using the orange orb.
Oh, it's
that we
Ron
control.
Howard. That's right. I knew it was somebody actually famous.
I'm gonna say it. I'm checking the math. I think James Cameron might have the most no-miss directorial career.
No, I think you're right.
I was thinking Spielberg, but he makes so many movies that some of them are a little off.
The only one that's close, I think, to Cameron is Nolan. So yeah, because pretty much every Nolan movie, like in terms of box office,
in box office,
that's
yeah.
hit. Yeah. Other than maybe Insomnia, Memento hit. Everything else hit. So
Memento really made money. Well, I guess it was made. It must have been made with like no money.
Yeah. But
Denis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve, I think Blade Runner 2049 was like not considered a bomb, but it was a kind of a break even. I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I loved it.
You can use the
But yeah,
hierarchy of
Tenet was
worlds
another one that's
within
like
worlds
maybe
to
not a
solve
hit from
interesting
Nolan.
puzzles.
But I think you're right. Cameron is
example,
definitely the number
To
one
safely
director there.
avoid
Just
this
watch True
moving
Lies
barrier,
again.
You simply
What a
check
great
out
movie.
of the world.
So good. What a great movie.
Let it
So
pass
good.
by.
Michael Bay? Nah, Michael Bay's made a bunch of movies
And
like
jump back
that made money, but like not huge films.
I'm going for the trifecta, by the way. Like good movies also made a lot of money.
I Cameron all the way.
Yeah.
Cameron all the
It's
way.
not
People
only
are
about
what
exploration
what
and
happened at
puzzles.
some point. Like I know Avatar's dumb.
Within each
All right, I
world,
get it.
You have to face
But
a mighty
people were like
guardian.
talking about Avatar 2 like it was a joke,
Here is the
and then it
first
made
glimpse.
$2 billion.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's right.
I just don't get it. Like,
You know why? Vocal minority. That's why.
I get
Because a bunch of people yelled about it, and they were little babies. It turns out.
I guess so.
There are millions of people that outnumbered them that went and saw the film. So
It was rad, man. James Cameron's out here trying to keep films anime. He's the only one trying.
it's true. You're right.
James Cameron, Guillermo del Toro, sometimes.
It's better than the first Avatar. You know, I might agree with you there. Avatar 2 is very enjoyable. Very too long, but super enjoyable.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
This is kind of why I'm curious about the Ubisoft game.
Oh, the Avatar game?
Yeah, because they have so many studios, and if they've all been making content and stuff this whole time, it should be.
We hope you look
be
forward
good.
to exploring
Yeah.
the mysterious worlds
Maybe it
of
won't be.
Cocoon, releasing later this year
Alright, that
on
looks neat.
Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch.
The Lord and Chris Miller. That's true. They have a pretty good track record as well. They're fantastic directors.
Chris Miller?
Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Yeah, they did Spider-Verse. They did Across the Spider-Verse. They did what's it fucking 21 Jump Street.
And
21
now,
Jump Street.
I'm
I think they
pleased
did
to
21
bring
Jump
you
Street
a title
2 as
from
well.
French-Canadian developer
They
Impossible.
did what
In
else?
this
There's a couple
relaxing
other films
artistic
that
exploration
Cloudy with a
game,
Chance of
you
Meatballs,
play
which
a
I never
painter
saw
with a
actually.
watercolor brush.
They did half a
and
Han
whole
Solo,
city
but then got
looks
fired off of it.
This game
I
is
don't
more
remember
than
that.
appropriate
Yeah.
for Day of the Devs
Lego
Summer
movie,
Game
that's
Fest
right.
edition
Yeah.
because its title,
Oh, yeah,
Été
Clone High.
in French, translates
Keep forgetting
to the
that
word
that's
summer.
back.
Hi,
Is it
my name is
back?
Edward,
I don't know.
and I'm the creative director.
Neil Breen
at
is the real
Impossible.
answer.
We are
His new movie.
a small show based in the
I think he
studio
won
working
some.
on
He
our
he
first
got it through the
title,
festival
Été.
circuit.
Okay.
He posted an update to his YouTube channel like a few months ago. So I think now he has a distribution deal or something, and I think there's like a release window on his next movie. This is his
In
first
Été,
sequel,
we see the
Bruce.
world
Neil
through the eyes of
Breen's.
the
What's
painter.
the sequel?
With every surface
What's it
acting
called?
like a blank
Cade the
canvas,
Tortured
just waiting for you to
Soul
fill it
2?
with color.
Or
No, the first one was called Twisted Pair.
right, yeah, Twisted
And
Pair
this
I've
is-
seen.
Cade colon
It
something.
means summer in
I
French.
can't remember the subtitle.
It's set in our
But
French-speaking hometown of
yeah, we got
Montreal,
recurring
Canada,
characters now. We
as
got
you
a
step into the shoes
Brainiverse.
of a painter who's traveling
Can't
abroad
wait.
for
Do you think he'll ever like put that
This
stuff
is a
on
game
Amazon
for
Prime or
people
something so I
who
can
love
watch
pure
it
exploration.
on stream?
You're free to
That's a
roam
good
open
question.
Because they
I think
should. He really should.
He has one or
Following
two
your
of his movies on
curiosity,
some
getting
official
sidetracked, and discovering
service.
secrets along
I
the way.
mean, somebody just uploaded full Breen movies on YouTube, so
Well, yeah.
you can just watch them. But
You know that Tommy
When you fill
Wiseau
something with
will
paint,
occasionally
you'll
stream
extract its
The
color
Room
as droplets
on
of
Twitch and then watch it with
And
people.
as you level up, you'll become
Weird.
able to
I know,
unleash
it's pretty
larger
weird,
splashes of
but
paint
also
to
awesome.
reveal
I went to
bigger
a showing
part of
he
the
was
world
at,
once.
and I bought some of his underwear, and then he yelled at me for asking him a question.
Tommy Wiseau is crazy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And he leans into it. I realized I
You'll also meet
made the
plenty of
mistake of
locals
not choosing
taking
dot
part
dot
in their
dot
lighthearted,
because
everyday anecdotes.
everyone else who
And
asked
some of them won't
questions
even
knew
commission
how
photos.
Wiseau acted, and you have to ask a very masturbatory question that's also a non sequitur. So, like, the best question he liked was, if you were some kind of animal, what would you
Using your
be?
bike, you can travel quickly back to your apartment.
Okay.
And everybody was like,
Finish
shark, and he was like,
destinations on
no,
campus.
because he's making Big Shark. I think he said panther or some shit, but he was like he was smiling a lot when
Got
he
it.
got asked that.
Got it.
That's where your creativity comes into play. At your
That's
easel,
I think
you can
that's
create
Bruce. I think
gorgeous
that's the
watercolor
magic
artwork.
happenstance when
Using
you
anything you've discovered
put your
in your expedition so
psychosis
far.
out into the world and it
Steps
accidentally
on your
gets
canvas
popular.
And it hits,
really
yeah.
moved, resized,
I don't know. I mean, like,
rotated in
I don't
3D,
think. I mean, like,
even recolored.
The Room hit
The canvas is
in
pretty
like
much
a
your
weird way where
sandbox
like
that lets you put your
everyone
own
thinks
spin
you're
on
a joke,
commissions. And if
but you're
feeling
still
inspired,
making a shit ton
you
of
can
money
paint as
from
many
it.
creative
So it's kind of a
artworks as you
weird
like
thing.
without any
Yeah.
kind of
It's a
limitation.
that's a strange
With
place
hundreds
to
of
be in.
unlockable stamps at your
I've said that
disposal
often about Donald
and
Trump,
dozens of
where Donald
commissions
Trump
to
like
inspire you,
kept making
the
a shit
only
ton of
limit
money,
really is your imagination.
and everyone's like, "No, this dude's crazy. Like
Apart from
he's
living your best
doing
life
crazy
as the
shit,
friendly
but he
neighborhood
keeps making
painter,
money and
you'll also
succeeding."
get to meet other
So he's like, "No,
like-minded
I'm not.
artists,
I'm
like Marianne,
I'm
an ambitious
obviously everybody
photographer,
loves me
and Theo,
because I keep
talented
succeeding."
musician, among
But
many
then there's a
others.
whole there's 50% of the world that thinks he's crazy. So it's like it's such a weird dichotomy that I don't know how to resolve.
It's just part of the human
But
condition,
you'll
I
have to dive
think.
into that story for yourself.
There's
It is coming out in 2024.
there's a certain percentage of the
and we hope
human
you'll enjoy
race
your
that's
adventures
like dumb
as a traveling
enough
painter
to
in
be
this lovingly
intimidated or
crafted,
swayed or
whimsical summer
convinced
world.
or buy into like surface level facades of people, or they ignore red flags or whatever. You only need to like find those people in a decision-making structure, and then you're in. So I don't know. Some people get to cruise right through a lot of situations because they just
Tim, sorry.
they don't give any shit.
Yeah, I thought I was
Right?
doing something here, Tim.
And then
That's
the
true.
people who they offend are always in places that
Alright.
are not in like
Hey,
structural places
Kelly
to
from
stop
Indie
them from
Megabooth
moving
here
forward.
With a very exciting announcement. We're back.
Tim Schafer. Tim Schafer's always seemed like a really good sport, by the way.
Yeah.
We're not making fun of him.
Cool guy.
Seems like a nice
Fan
dude.
of indie games, you may have seen the Indie Mega Booth at shows like PAX West and PAX East over the last decade, bringing together a curated selection of the best
Have.
up-and-coming indie titles. Games like Crypto the Necrodancer, Tunic, Disco Elysium, Spiritfarer, Celeste, Mini Metro, Astroneer, The Stanley
Astroneer.
Parable, and Papers, Please have all been part of the Indie Mega Booth community. If you're a dev, you'll likely know us from our
Those
industry
were a lot of
work,
popular
such as
games.
our GDC showcases, our
more
presence
water?
at Bit
Oh,
Summit,
yeah, please.
our global outreach and events,
that, and also
including
take
a
your
robust
empty cup.
scholarship and grant program.
you.
And if you've never heard of any of this, well, that's fine. Just think of us as like a stepping stone into the games industry, where folks who love indie games can connect with each other, discover new games, and be part of a
Just got back
welcoming,
from Max's
diverse,
stream.
broad,
The
creative
7 News is hype. It looked cool.
Indie Mega Booth has been in hibernation
Let's
during
go.
the
Hey.
pandemic, but we were so excited to announce that we're
Hey,
finally
Frida.
waking up from our big long slumber, and we're ready to move
I
forward
thought that was
with
Bruce for a split
IMB
second, and I was so
2.0.
happy.
Head on over to our brand new website,
Frida.
indiemegabooth.com,
How's
and
it
be
going?
Indie Know by signing up for our newsletter.
Doing okay.
Learn about new games,
Big tail
upcoming
wagging around.
showcases, digital sales, and the best ways to
Yeah.
help support the games
Hey.
and developers that you know
Hey.
and love. As we've always said, individually we're tiny.
Frida's doing okay,
together,
everybody.
We're mega.
Oh, she's gone.
Well, we have another world premiere for y'all, and it's also really thematically appropriate for this showcase. You'll
Yeah,
see
the
why.
footage looked really good.
It's from the
Got to,
aesthetically
oh, you're
amazing
back.
studio
Oh, you
called
got your
Fantasy.
toy.
They're famous for the Balto
Aw.
series that you know and love.
It took
but
her
this
that
next one is not
long
what you're
to think I
expecting
should
from
go get my toy, but she
it'll
did
be
it.
hurting
All right.
your way. It'll
It
be
takes her a while to warm up
flocking
too.
your way.
I have to like hold it like this for about a minute. And then
It'll be
oh, there we
hurting
go.
your
Then she
way
starts tugging
next
on it,
year.
but
It's called Summerhill.
she's still like confused, I think. Not yet. Not yet.
Hi there.
Oh,
My
Truffle
name's
Pup.
Harry
Unfortunately,
Hesketh,
I'm
and I'm the founder and creative
staying away from the
director
alcohol
of
today because I woke up with a migraine.
We're a small team
and
from
I'm
the
still
UK,
kind of feeling
best
the
known
effects
as
of
the
it.
developers of the
I haven't seen
Altitude
Fast
Adventure
X yet.
series.
I'm
Over
just
the
gonna
last
wait
few
for it to
years, we've been
streaming.
busy growing the team
Fast X might
and
earn my
laying groundwork
allegiance back,
for our
but
most
9
ambitious
was
project yet.
9 was not
It's
great.
an entirely new IP
So
that aims to build
I wasn't in
on
a
the
huge
theme that we
rush.
care about
Although
most
I do
as a
like the
studio.
director a lot.
And we're super excited to be
From
able
his
to
work
share this
on
exclusive
Transporter,
first teaser
of course.
today. So please take a
I
look.
should have
I'll be
been. I
back
should
at
have
the
been
end to
lined
tell
up. The reunition of Louis and Statham. Yeah, I didn't expect Fast X to be good. I expect it to be better than 9. Ugh. But I don't expect it to be good. Hasn't been good since 7. But that's okay. You see John Wick? Of course, bro. John Wick, I believe in. I was worried about 4, but then I didn't need to be. What's up, Spongy Quaffle? Rita's getting her tugs in. Chomp, chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Frida shoved her way in?
Frida. Is that bad? Oh, okay.
Shove her way in.
Watching any new anime. It's been tough, man. It's been tough to watch anime. Steph is not an anime appreciator. She had an ex that watched a lot of Robotech, like too much. So the well's been poisoned. So really, I can only watch anime when I'm like working
I hope you
out
enjoyed this first look at our
or
brand new
doing
game,
work at my
Summer Hill.
PC that
To
isn't
give you a little bit more
streaming.
detail,
And
Summer
that's
Hill is a story-driven
anime can
puzzle
be a
game
little time
in which you
consuming
play as
sometimes.
a young shepherd.
So that kind of slows me down a lot.
Together
I was
you'll be
picking my
setting
way
out to
through
rescue your
Zeta
lost flock
Gundam.
that have been
I'm
scattered
almost done
across
with
the
that.
mysterious land
That's fun.
that lies at the border of your home.
It's almost like
Summer Hill brings
like watching
together
Lord of the Rings.
gentle
You're seeing the
problem
origin of a lot of
fluid,
mecha
herding-based
tropes and stuff
gameplay,
like that.
and striking pastoral landscapes to tell
I've been
a timeless
waiting for Demon
coming-of-age
Slayer to come to Hulu.
As a team, we've
Demon
been
Slayer I think has been
massively
airing on
inspired by the
Crunchyroll,
rich history and
new
cultural
season, but
impact of sheep
I will be
herding
watching that when it comes to Hulu.
There are a few people or places that haven't been impacted.
What's
in
the
some small
appeal
way
of
by the
Demon
practice
Slayer?
of shepherding.
Is it just
Even the name.
I think it's actually one of the most beautiful shows I've ever
Highland
watched.
Okay, the art. Okay.
Yeah, the anime. But I mean, like the show itself is also really good. But I mean,
In
like
many
it's,
ways, sheep
you know, it's
herding is in
tropey.
our
It's the
DNA,
same old
and we really
shonen.
want to do justice
Okay.
to this
You know, like
timeless
is there an
tradition.
exam?
I can't do it,
Tell a
and then he
story
does
that
it.
could only be told.
Same old shit. But I
Is
mean,
there
like
like a-
still really good.
We're also
Like a
super
magic
excited to be
school that
working
they all
again
go
with our
to?
longtime
Do
collaborator.
they have a
There
graduation
is a
exam?
Demon Slayer
Todd is a
school, but
composer
it's not.
and audio designer
Did they go to?
best known
Is there a
for his
beach
work
episode
on
yet?
games such as Monument
I think there might have been a swimsuit episode, but I mean, regardless, there isn't necessarily that school mentality of My Hero Academia or whatever. It's more of like they have to go to certain places and take on demons there.
Gotcha.
It's cool.
Again.
Did you ever watch Chainsaw Man?
I watched the first couple episodes. I was intrigued, but didn't quite see the like spark of originality that made it. Everyone seemed to recommend it as something that was a super cut above.
I agree with you.
And it seemed interesting, but
I watched all of Chainsaw Man, and I completely agree. Yeah.
So what the seeds that I saw in the first couple episodes that intrigued me, and this is sometimes why I bail out of an anime, is because I think it'll be about something more interesting than it ends up being about. So I thought that Chainsaw Man would be a commentary on, like a kind of a pseudo Evangelion, where a dude just wants a normal life and is kind of thrust into being a main character.
You wanted One Punch, is what you wanted.
Yeah,
because One Punch is
there's
that.
a lot of commentary on that.
Yeah.
I guess that conversation only goes so far though. It's kind of just like a one-note joke in One Punch. Versus Chainsaw seemed more like just wanting to enjoy the simple pleasures of a consumer lifestyle.
It's still that. I mean, like Chainsaw Man continues to be that. It's, you know, like he's the anime, he's the reluctant hero, but he just wants boobs. You know, it's good. I mean, like Chainsaw Man's good. I didn't think it was as good as everybody said it was, but it's still good.
And it's during these moments
Still enjoyed it.
happy to have someone to lean on.
I guess to me, yeah, I guess I'm kind of into shows that acknowledge like protagonist bias. Edge Runners was really good about this.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah,
about characters convinced they're the main character and then playing with that idea and what it like the mistakes it can lead you into. And it seemed like Chainsaw Man was playing around with that a little bit, but I'm sure that's not what it's about, right? Or is it?
I mean, not really. To me, It feels like a very
You might hear us.
like unknowing protagonist who again is just like, I love boobs and I want money. And then like but he's like, I'm so mad I have to go fight because I just want boobs. And so he goes and does the fight and comes back and is like, where's my boobs? You know, like it's like but everyone else around him is the like, wait a minute, you're not understanding the gravity of the situation. And he's like, all I want is tits.
We have so many mini games that can help you.
And that's okay. I mean, again, I think it's funny, but also it's like a very repetitive joke. So it's like over and over. It's like, yeah, we get it. He just wants fucking boobs. Like it's clearly like appealing to a 17-year-old boy, right? Like I know what it is because this was me when I was 16.
Many things like
it's just like me for real. Yeah. Turn the page.
Have you kept up with the Attack on Titan?
No.
Dude, Attack on Titan.
Is it over? Is it done?
No,
Can I watch it now?
It's not done.
Okay.
Don't bother.
Yep.
Attack on Titan, when it's done, finish it. But like, no, the final part of the final season or whatever the fuck it is.
Nope. I don't trust it. Not until the final episode's out.
That's happening, I think, in
Next
what is
up
that?
from
Is it this year? I want to say.
Developer Evil Licorice.
Attack on Titan may have gone from my most favorite anime to
electronics engineering
total garbage and bullshit that I was like, what the fuck are they doing? They act like it's like this, and like it makes sense. The story makes sense. I don't think the writing's bad. I think what they're doing is a well-told story, but I can't stand it. And I'm like, this is so stupid. like so
at some point the magic just kind of snaps, right?
I mean, it's if you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
A lot of people like what I don't like. They like the turn, and they're like, what? Like it blows their mind, and I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Yeah.
This is cute.
It's just but again, I think it's a well-told story, really good anime. Still loving it, watching it, and loving it. But I don't by no means do I think it's a bad story. It's just more of like I don't the story doesn't go where I want it to go. And I could probably poke holes in the narrative a lot if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to let it be. Let it be and let it be a thing.
Fantastic community, and
this is cute.
have been creating.
This is cute. Making little video games.
Making little handhelds and then programming
so please
them.
join our Discord server and check them out. Retro Gadgets.
See, these are the pieces of software that start to play around with the concept that games should be entertaining. Or even something like The Sims. I remember when The Sims came out, I was like, this isn't a game, this is a tool set. But it's sold as a game and people play it like it's a game.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's a toy. Nintendo does that sometimes. They make digital toys that aren't really games.
You know, it's interesting you say that because that's like Autumn. She would fire up The Sims, and then all she would do is make houses. She wouldn't even start The Sims. She wouldn't even start The Sims walking into the house. She would just make a house.
It was just AutoCAD software.
And she'd spend 5 hours making a house.
Nice.
And then I'd be like, what are you doing? Why aren't you playing the game? And she'd like, no, I just want to do a house. And like after a few months of asking her what she's doing, I finally got it. I was like, oh, this is just what she does with the tool set. It's not the game. She doesn't care about the game. She just wants to make a house.
We're a small team based
Which is cool. I think it's really neat when you make a product that somebody can do, like they can do all sorts of different things with it. Isn't necessarily what the design.
In Mars First Logistics,
oh, I was part of the
design.
Right, yeah.
On the surface of Mars. You'll do this by transporting often awkward.
And even if you play the game of The Sims,
using vehicles,
there's no
design and
there's no implied objective.
Not at all. Yeah.
You just roll your folks and let them go.
Yeah.
You can make your own Vanderpump Rules houses.
Making with, like a lot of people in China are like, oh, making the house is the fun part. See, for me, it's not. But for Autumn, it is. And I learned to love that. Like, I learned to like, it was the same with Planet Zoo. Well, you make a robot.
Oh, a little heavy.
They dropped the pizza.
Oh, I grabbed that pizza.
As you complete deliveries, the game will give you new toys
to play with. You had to add a pizza grabber on the back? There's like a separate clamp that grabs.
They're basically like making Mars rovers.
Yeah. Engineering.
And this is like, it's Kerbal, but for...
Tears of the Kingdom, but real.
Yeah.
So, what if this is the Dark Souls of lunar rover builders, but once you beat the game, whoa, you can actually apply for a job at NASA.
Dude, I mean, if you beat fucking the Kerbal campaign, like, apply at NASA.
Was it really that hard?
Dude, Kerbal is so hard, man. Like, I don't even know if the campaign really talks about how hard that game actually is if you wanted to do everything in the
There's a
universe.
mix of procedurally generated side jobs and
I still can't believe that
handcrafted
Lawrence
main
hasn't played Kerbal.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
In the main
I've been trying
contracts, you'll be
to,
helping
just so you know, Lawrence's chat, I've been trying to get Lawrence to play Kerbal because I think he'd really like it.
That might be the problem. Up at 4 a.m. and I'm still just pounding rockets into the surface of the moon at max speed.
I think you'd immediately get it. I think you'd be like, oh, wait a minute. And like it would all click and you'd be like, oh my gosh.
and deliver it safely to
So.
its destination.
The process of iteration sounds really fun. Oh,
that's what it is. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's like you go out and fail and go out and fail. It's just like rocket building. That's exactly what rocket building is.
that's cool. That's really pleasing.
Yeah.
Nice job.
And as you build up your collection of parts, more creative options will
Oh,
become
look at that
available
little
to you.
mustache.
And I think a lot of
A
the
hug
fun
bot
in the game
for those lonely
is
nights.
just messing around and being creative.
Oh, it's a wave
in
bot.
its editor.
Also for lonely nights.
Oh, no. Oh, in the pool. All right, he'll be fine. He'll be okay.
It's also Mars gravity.
Oh, is it? Are they
But that
on
is-
Mars?
That is Martian acid. Yeah.
And finally, I'm
Totally
really
fatal to
excited to
robots.
announce that Mars First Logistics will be launching into Steam Early Access on the 22nd of
That
June.
kinda looks
That's
cool.
just 2 weeks away, and we're really looking forward
He has
to
a headache
seeing what
too.
everyone builds in the game. Thank you.
Why was he doing that, I wonder?
He's trying to psychically make us buy his game.
It looks
The
fun.
aftermath of a worldwide flood would be pretty bleak, right? Well, UK and Denmark-based studio Die Gute Fabrik has a different take. From the studio that brought you Mutazione and Sports Friends comes the all-new adventure set in the sprawling
Mutazione.
post-flood world.
Oh, is he covering his ears like
The
Sports
this?
adventure
Friends.
unfolds
Oh, because the rocket
differently
was
with
taking
every
off.
decision, so there's
That is-
always
that's the
something new
weirdest
to
way I've
see
ever
in
seen
your
anybody
next
cover their ears.
So
It's just
buckle
like
your
this.
swatches and get ready for the world premiere of the stylish, seaworthy Salt Sea Chronicles.
It's wacky. It's fun. They're having a good time.
Hello. We are Die Gute Fabrik.
I'm Hannah Nicklin from Die Gute Fabrik, and we made Salt Sea Chronicles. We're super stoked to show you the
I'm
world
intrigued.
premiere of Salt Sea Chronicles today.
It's cute.
It's a flooded world, story-driven adventure game where you play as a ship's whole crew.
That's a ship? Huh.
Wonder if they live on that ship?
Oh, there's sea folk? Look at his little suit.
At the beginning of the game, you're going to
That's
discover
cute.
that Maya, your captain, has gone missing. And together your ragtag crew are going to heist a ship and set out across the Salt Sea Archipelago in search of clues.
What was the name of that? Did you ever play that game
you
recently?
decide where to head next, who
The
to
one that was
explore
like
with
sort
from
of
the crew when you get there,
Cthulhu.
and what to
Oh,
say
Dredge?
to the
Yeah,
people
Dredge. You play Dredge?
I did.
Dredge was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good game.
Salt Sea Chronicles' unique
flowed
art
very
style is brought
smoothly.
to
It
life
did,
by
yeah.
beautiful animation.
I didn't
And
finish
each
it though. I
location is
did
built
like
on
one of the
fabrics
big
of
islands
this
outside of
world
the
that
first
came
one.
before.
Yeah.
Our art team
Like
have
a little
really
boat
done
Zelda.
an incredible job. One of my favourite locations is called Los Gatos, and on that island, the people there live symbiotically with this community of
Look at that cat.
cats. As you explore, you'll find a brand new trick-taking card game designed especially for the world of Salt Sea.
Card
it's a really
game?
good way to sort of take a break.
It's got
from the
everything.
story.
Yeah.
It's called Spoilers.
We haven't seen a
and you can
fishing
play it
minigame
all over
yet,
the
but
archipelago
if that's
and
in,
discover how each
we have a game of the
community
year
has
on our
slightly
hands.
different house rules.
We didn't see an animation of a cat getting pet.
Another thing we're super proud
we
of
need
is
that,
our
or a dog,
exploration
yeah.
system. So we're sort of done away with the walk of shame in adventure games. So if you miss a clue, instead of sort of slowly traipsing to the other end of the island, you're just going to tap the shoulder button on your controller or select a screen span arrow to move almost instantaneously
Oh, that's
across a space. It allows us to lay the story down away
Thank
from
God,
the
because
linear
I'm going to
path
miss a
much
clue. Let
more
me tell you.
organically.
That will be me.
Salt Sea Chronicles doesn't tell a story about
This
a
game needs loot
It's a story
boxes.
about a community and how you navigate the world together. And each community that you meet in turn is going to be rich and amusing and strange,
Going
maybe,
for a walk
and
with
have
the
its
baby.
own things going on.
Oh, okay.
Autumn's
There's also a strong
going to go
sense
wander
of
around
genre-based
because the
storytelling
baby loves
too.
outside.
So
Baby's
while
getting
you might be
strong.
new to the
Baby
world
loves
of
out. Well, no,
Salty,
baby's not walking.
You'll know that you're in a Scooby-Doo
Autumn will be
chapter
probably
or a
holding
Romeo
her
and Juliet
or
chapter or a detective.
attached to her or in the stroller.
There are
But
plenty of laughs.
Baby
but
loves
tough
outside.
choices and meaningful
As soon as
moments
it's weird because Baby
Our
will be
writers'
crying
room
inside,
of
and
award-winning
you'll walk outside and Baby will
have done an
stop.
incredible job.
Huh.
Yeah, it's very
We're
interesting
so
to
delighted
see
to share
to see the
Salty
development of a
Chronicles with you today.
human and
I
what and
can't
like
wait
what they
for you
immediately
to
like and don't
explore
like.
the rich world, get to know the wonderful
Very, very strange.
characters, and to hear
Not at
what
all
paths
things that you would
chart
think about as an
when you
adult.
play.
So,
Hey, whatever works.
I mean, like, I love outside, but also I'm not outside
Alright,
very
this
often.
next game
So it makes sense, right? It makes sense that as soon as the baby's outside, bang, just like they're just like
Tim
they're
wants
looking
to-
around,
Serene.
breathing
apologies,
in,
but this seems important.
loving it.
The thing I love most about
Yeah, a lot of babies do the same thing.
says Tim as me as Tim. I
One of
don't
the
know.
best things about
Is
SoCal is
getting
you
to
can have
know
your
all
windows
these
open like
amazing
all the
game
time.
Literally all the time, every day throughout the entire year.
and their creative process.
Is the baby's name Baby?
But I wish I
Yes.
could hear more.
We named it Baby.
I wish I could be a fly. on
Kept
the
forgetting.
Baby
He's
Green.
dropping all their private conversations, all their ups and downs, their triumphs and tribulations, while making a real video game over the course of 7 years. Too bad there's no way to do it. Or is there? This is actually pretty cool. Two Player Productions was embedded with Double Fine for the course of 7 years.
Wait,
while they were
oh,
making
wow, they're doing
Psychonauts
another
2,
documentary?
And they made a super hyper duper long.
Who is I Am 8-Bit?
series, unlike anything you've
Or
ever seen.
Double
in
Fine
games.
and one of the
all
other developers?
intimacy, all the tears, the outrage and joys, and all the things that happen in game development that never really gets documented because who has access like this? So here's a
cool.
very quick sneak peek at their incredibly long series. We highly encourage you to watch.
Yeah,
this.
after watching a
it's
couple of
amazing.
documentaries about game production, I don't know that I'd want to be a game studio owner.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Also, it's just a different skill than knowing about
dollar amount
games.
we're talking about is probably going to take financing.
Really,
from a lot of
streaming
different
is the
avenues.
best. Mostly, my value is to other game enthusiasts
Whenever
and
Grassland's
relating and
gonna
dorking
start,
out about
Tim's
that
gonna
stuff.
Start
Mhm.
taking our people. So there's a ton of stuff going on right now. It's kind of breaking me, but you know, it's fun. It'll be really rewarding when it's done.
I think this stuff like game production is very much like movie production because people work for years and years and years in something and they have no idea what the reception's going to be. They have no feedback. It's just this like black box and then they release it and like they don't know what people are going to say. They don't know that people are going to buy it or use it or play it or enjoy it. And that's crazy. That is a crazy thing for people like us that make content every day that have
Yeah.
feedback
Submit your
immediately.
game
Turn around is
future
real
Day of the
fast.
Devs, or to just hear about
It's
Day of the
it's
Devs in
such a
general.
completely
Go to
different
dayofthedevs.com for more
creative
info.
flow
Thank you to all
versus like what
the
we do.
incredible sponsors
Yeah.
that have been with us.
You have to make all of your
since the
creative
very
bets
beginnings of Day of the
at least
Devs.
5 years
We're going on
before
11 years.
you ever
We
get
could
to
not pay
market.
for
That's
any of this
insane.
without these sponsors.
And you have to spin up
They
all the
donate to
various
us,
parts of a game
ask
all
for
at the
nothing
same
in return
time
except to
and hope that
showcase
they
some
all
incredible
end at the right time to
games we did
combine them
all
into a
around the world.
game.
So please,
So you got to start making music,
for
you got to start
all the
making art, you got to start
logos
working on
the
gameplay,
screen. We
technical
appreciate
tools,
you.
systems.
We couldn't do this without
You got
you.
to start it all,
Thank you. Thank
and then
you
hope that
again
it kind
to
of
the
like
incomparable
meets
Dose
up
One,
somewhere and creates something
supplying
greater
the
than the sum of
beats,
its parts.
for all the
Yeah, that's right.
transitions
To have
between all
that
these
foresight,
amazing
even as a
games,
director, to have
ever
that
since we started doing
foresight,
these digital
to think about all the
showcases
shots you
for
need,
Devs.
think
Thank you
about the
again.
cheap
You are
ways to get
hero
them all,
amongst heroes.
and how they're going to
Go-
look
go
together
check
when
out
they're
his music.
edited.
It's amazing.
Like that's one thing, but that's just linear video and
Thank you
audio.
for watching Day of the Devs yet again. If you're
Something to be
looking for
interactive
more information or
and
you just
on
want to
top of
subscribe to
all
the
of those other
newsletter and all the
things.
land,
That's
Holy
crazy.
go
cow.
to
That's crazy.
dayofthedevs.com.
Who needs it, Bruce?
The URL on your
When you can
screen.
just stream
Follow
on the
us
internet.
social media.
Well, you
We've got
just
more coming up
turn
this
on
year.
your
Thank
stream
you
and
to
be
our
like,
friend
we're
Jeff.
gonna watch a video and make
This
fun of it.
showcase was amazing.
It's
We're
the
so happy
best.
to be a part of Summer
1 hour
Gamescast these last
1 hour of
years.
farts.
Definitely stick around. We're not completely done
Yeah, that
yet.
was a good one.
We have
It's
a
got
musical
millions of
performance
views on
featuring the
YouTube.
Sounds of New Caledonia. Thanks to our friends who
Oh,
made
I
the
don't.
game
Hey,
cheetah. It's worth it.
did you? I sent you the 1 hour bad to the bone riff, didn't you, right?
Yes.
Okay. There's another one that's 1 hour of a fart with heavy reverb played at random times. A lot of power in that video.
Yes, Devolver is up next. Devolver's in 10 minutes.
That's gonna be fun.
This game is fun. Did you play Chia?
I have it installed because I was super excited for it.
Chia's
and I just
it is enjoyable. You,
haven't gotten
you
to
will
it yet.
enjoy it. Yeah, it's fun.
I'm really excited for it. Very much my kind of thing.
Remember when somebody shit on me earlier for not playing indie games? Remember that?
Is that what they shit on you?
Yeah,
oh
they
yeah,
were like-
they did. Wait, the
they were
beginning,
like,
huh?
You never play indie games.
I
like,
think-
brother.
I think the word that they used was different than what indie means. I'm gonna say,
Okay, all right.
I'm making up a story to try to explain the disconnect. I think when they said indie, they meant like blocky pixel games about your mom abandoning you when you were young.
I play those too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
shit, I'm not out of ideas then.
play lots of those games. I've played every fucking Steam city builder there is.
Bruce hates indie games.
I played every Steam city builder there is.
If Bruce isn't playing every demo uploaded to itch, he's not an ally of the indie.
Jeez, what do I got to do here?
Bruce doesn't get out of bed for less than 10 grand and a free copy of the game.
That's also another thing. I buy all those indie games. I never get those free, so I'm constantly paying for anything on Steam.
How long do you think? Okay, hold on. I have a bet in my head, but I can't say it.
All right.
Otherwise, it won't happen. I can't call it, but
no
one said it yet. All right. Well, I'll just.
I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what he's saying.
If like a couple of minutes go by and no one says it, then it'll be fine.
Bruce playing one AAA game nullifies 5 indie games. That's fine. I mean, I played hundreds of indie games over the course of 4 years of streaming. So easily more than AAA by a long shot.
Bruce wants every game to be Fortnite.
That's right. Every single game. When I started up, and within 10 minutes, I'm like,
what the fuck?
If I don't have loot boxes, what the fuck am I doing?
Why am I not building walls and shooting people? I can't have ET clinging to my back. All right, no one said it. I was expecting somebody to say, Bruce, of course you pay for those indie games because that's just tax deductible.
Oh, yeah, because it's a business expense.
It's just a loophole, Bruce. You're just giving more money to yourself buying indie games somehow.
Absolutely not. That's actually not true.
Chat, come on.
That's the best part of that is that...
I got to sit here and troll Bruce? You guys are slacking.
When I buy a game, the money goes to the developers, and I get to write it off as an expense. So it's a literal win-win all the way around. Same with Lawrence.
Yeah.
Any game that he buys, he writes off.
Yeah, my CPA calls me and he's like, you got to buy more games. We're sitting on too much cash. We're floating it. This is bad. You're opening yourself up to severe deprecation. That value, that Steam library ain't going nowhere.
That's right. Except for when Steam doesn't work anymore. That's going to happen. But
Valve. I want to start a pool, but I bet Valve. No, there's no way. There's too many legal implications. I would say Valve would just let it go, right? They would just send out some massive deauthentication key where your Steam library is yours for good and there's no more
they would
logging in.
Never do that in a million years.
If they're going out of business?
No, they'd never.
It's like Steam's done.
That would be legal. That would be like there'd be millions of lawsuits on all those games.
You're right.
No way.
Yeah.
They would never do that.
What if we removed money from our society like I said we should have an hour and a half ago? Then your Steam account would be safe.
That's right. You're right. Oh, this is actually we're in the right spot. Devolver is next.
Oh, we got squiggles and lines. Is this like a Saved by the Bell parody thing we're doing?
Probably.
Although the font on the logo itself is more of a like Miami Nights 1988 thing, Bruce.
But also, do you think that there's going to be crazy gore? Probably.
There's going to be, yeah.
There always is in Devolver.
Smoke machines. Now, I think the gore might be played. What's there left to do? They've been trying to one up themselves for years now, and it's getting out there. It's getting real out there.
They've been really like. So it used to be that lady that used to host it, right?
Yeah.
So does she not host it anymore, or did they stop that last year?
I'm blanking on her name. I know she's still in it. She came back. She got cyberized.
Oh, she did.
Yeah,
okay.
She died, I think.
I don't know that this will necessarily be funny.
Kiki Stockwell?
No. To me, this is more of like, this is like funny like Tim and Eric was funny, where like it felt kind of like a nightmare. So it wasn't necessarily like laugh
Nina
out loud.
Struthers, yes, thank you,
Okay,
sorry.
yeah. No, yeah. It wasn't like necessarily laugh out loud funny.
They usually vent, which is what I really like about Devolver's conferences. They're usually like satire of the annoying trends in current gaming.
Yeah.
But, you know, they also are an operating business, so they can't go for the throat as hard as they might want to. So that's kind of what I'm interested in. Most people are really professional, right? Very, very rarely do working professionals try to have real commentary on some of the weird trends in the games industry.
That's right.
The Devolver Direct is one of the few places where that happens, actually.
Yeah.
And with a weird budget. So
yeah.
We'll see if that ends up being the case. But they also show things they've signed. And they usually have really good taste.
I mean, yeah, almost always Devolver's releasing games that are great. Like, it's very rare that they're not. So, one of my favorite games from last year, was it this year? No, last year. Cult of the Lamb.
Oh yeah, Cult of the Lamb was awesome.
Cult of the Lamb was so good.
I still haven't finished it.
Oh, it's so good. I beat it.
The Twitch integration for that was fantastic.
It was unbelievable. Yeah.
It kind of makes me feel a little spoiled that developers would spend time developing tools just to make the game stickier on Twitch. That's great.
But it worked for them. Like, it got them a bunch of press.
Oh.
People streamed it because they could integrate their audience into it.
So I'm gonna get back to that. It's awesome that Diablo is doing drops and stuff.
Dude.
And they'll like help support a streamer
Support a
program.
streamer,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Whole deal. That was that originally, the first time I saw that was Destiny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Such a cool idea.
Yeah.
Let me see. What's your Hotline Miami 3? Definitely getting that.
Cult of the Lamb 2? No, it's too early probably, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
What else does Devolver publish?
Shadow Warrior? Was that them?
I don't know. I'm not
I think
sure.
so, yeah. Ape Out. Remember Ape Out?
What's the trend in games?
My friend Pedro.
Games as a service. I'll still do shots for games as a service. I'll do that.
Devolver doesn't really do games as a service.
They don't, yeah, but I'll do it for sure.
Trends in games right now. As far as I can tell, there was a surge of investing in 2020, and now all that money's getting yanked back. So it's like 2023, 2024 is around the time that all those games that got funded are coming out. But also studios are laying everyone off. So it's a weird time.
Well, so what you're saying is 2 years from now, we'll have sort of like there won't be as many games, basically.
A plateau? I wonder about that.
I think you're probably right.
I think we'll see a lot less of there's just been an explosion of like AA games.
Which is awesome.
It's really awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of studios are getting their shots to like ship original IPs. I think it's also seeding the bed for IPs that you own in the future that you can develop into media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense. I think the layoff stuff is going to really still crash home in 2024, though.
Yep.
When all that VC is spent.
That's correct.
And no one's willing to fund the next thing.
Yeah, because we had
so many new studios opening up.
We had there were a lot of games that got delayed from 2022 to 2023, which is why this year is so stacked.
Oh yeah.
But I think 2024 and 2025 are going to be a little rough. I think we're going to get a lot of games this year. It's the same with movies. There's been a bunch of movies this year because they're all been like pushed from the pandemic.
It's like COVID shuffles.
Yeah. And
what's that guy's name? Volvi?
Volvi.
It is Volvi, yeah.
15 minutes. Holy shit.
Okay.
Well, we got a while.
I don't remember Volvi.
Don't forget to change your
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, did anything from Day of the Devs jump out at you?
Not necessarily, but I'm bad at judging that stuff when I watch it. It's more of like I get to read reviews, see what's popping on Steam, and then go like, I might actually enjoy this, and then give it a shot. Like Dredge, there's so many games. I always say this about whenever I'm streaming, but whenever I stream, there are so many games I never would have played if I wasn't streaming, because like I have to fill that bucket of content. So I'm always like, oh, like what can I check in today? And I never would have gotten into the city builder genre ever if I hadn't been streaming. And I love city builders. Like I've fallen in love with that genre of game. So
didn't Devolver have a joke last year where like the entire presentation was just countdowns?
Oh, was it?
So they had a countdown and then they had another countdown for the trailer. I'm pretty sure I remember that. Yeah, there was like timers, nothing but timers. The timer goes down, starts a new timer. I could use another timer on screen right now. I'm starting to get bored.
But 11 minutes though, Lawrence.
Yawn.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's enough time for me to watch a movie's worth of TikTok videos that are at 8 times speed.
A movie?
It's the only way I watch movies, Bruce.
At TikTok speed?
I got to catch up on the MCU before this weekend. Actually, while it is a weirdly annoying trend of like having, like to me, I get served a lot of TikTok clips from films that have weird special effects. I guess because it's pretty eye-catching and makes people stop scrolling. Also me. But I've been exposed to a couple of good Bollywood movies that I want to follow up on.
Yeah.
I think, given my previously mentioned love of camp, I think there's a lot of Bollywood that I have yet to discover and enjoy.
Did you watch RRR?
Yes.
Okay, good. I haven't seen it yet. I need to watch it.
Oh, you'll love it.
One of my favorite things that happens in Twitch chat is when somebody says something that's patently wrong, and I get to prove it wrong immediately.
Ban them. Oh,
like
what?
somebody said Bruce hasn't played RimWorld yet, and they're wrong. They're wrong.
I haven't played RimWorld yet.
Lawrence has not played RimWorld.
Or
I have.
Kenshi. Have you played Kenshi?
No, I need to play it.
All right.
Yeah, the Kenshi's on my list. Exclamation point YouTube. There you go. Bingo. That is your fault. That is correct.
Ouch.
That one hurts, but yeah, I got to try Kenshi. Kenshi's next. I was watching Kraken play it. Kraken he plays Kenshi.
Oh yeah, that's a Kraken game.
Yeah.
An author your own narrative kind of game.
Yep.
Volvi. This looks cool. Obligatory New York joke. Huh. Reference. Has New York cleared out yet? Anyone in chat?
That's a good question, actually. Yeah, are you guys still breathing in smoke? We know how it goes out here, by the way. We understand that. We live through that almost every year.
Nobody swept up the forest yet. That's cool. High on life-esque.
Any tips for breathing in smoke? No, go inside. That's my tip. Yeah, wear a mask. Yeah.
Get an air filter. Might be too late for that. Tell yourself that it just makes you cooler.
Because it doesn't. It actually really ruins your lungs, like real bad. So stay inside.
Oh, he's a vole. That's why it's Volvi.
Oh, all right. I get it.
And he's like a weasel? Is that what we're doing? I don't remember the introduction of Volvi. Oh, but this is the return of Volvi, so... Some good logo design there, though. Little letters wiggling. I think I know that font, the return of font. I've used that before. It's a good one. It's a good one.
You do love fonts. I know that about you.
I love a good font. These are all good fonts.
I haven't played Amnesia: The Bunker. I need to. I've been addicted to Diablo, so...
Yeah, same. Slayers X is on Game Pass now, Bruce.
What's that?
How much do you like Y2K? We were talking about this before.
What do you mean, like the...
Just in general. Do you miss, like,
no.
aughts edginess?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't miss
May not
that.
be for you.
No, I don't care.
It's got an S blade. You know the S?
Oh, yeah.
It's a blade. It gets powered with hack blood.
No, yeah. I mean, like, I'll play it and it'll be funny for a second.
It's kind of anti-coffin-y. So the lore of the game is that there was this edgy kid who developed this game back in the, like, aughts, and he lost the disc, and now as an adult he found it. And he's like, oh, I can make money off this, so he published it on Steam. But the whole Steam page is written in character.
That's cool.
And he did an interview in character.
Huh.
And the game itself is like the ultimate, like, 13-year-old id expression into a video game post-Matrix kind of thing.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Actually.
It's a fun character study for sure.
Huh. I gotta try that.
You'll enjoy it, I think. It's got some pretty good knockoff pop punk in it.
Oh, he's sick.
Yeah. Did you ever play Hypnospace Outlaw?
I never did. I know what it is, but
it's in the Hypnospace Outlaw universe.
Oh, okay.
So it's also that kind of humor for sure. Very satirical of like late 90s, early aughts internet culture. I have a code for this. This looks cool as hell.
What's the name of this game?
Link Sword DX.
You hear that? Lawrence has a code for this. He didn't pay them.
I didn't.
He did not support his indie developer.
Didn't. They made no money from me. I haven't even played the game yet. I haven't freely advertised it to my my brainwashed viewers. I never tell you this, viewers, but I can tell you now because I know you'll forget.
Hell yeah.
I directly promise that every one of my viewers will buy a copy of any game I stream.
To the PR people? Or
oh yeah.
What are you doing?
I bank against it. I extort them for money, saying that I basically guaranteed them hundreds of thousands of sales, which is my typical viewer count.
Hundreds of thousands of sales? That's a lot.
And then if you just scream at somebody and they don't call the police, they do what you want.
Generally, yeah.
Weird shit, man.
Just yell.
Just yell. It helps if you like also kind of personally degrade a little bit, mix that in there. That's just if I'm feeling frisky.
Lawrence is a really, really good Twitch streamer.
I'm the best.
He's a really good Twitch streamer.
Making money all day.
That's all you do.
That's why I raid Final Fantasy 14 8 nights a week.
How many nights a week do you actually do those raids? Is it like
3.
4? Oh,
yeah.
Because every time I message him, I'm always like, "Hey, you want to play a game?" And he's like, "I got a Final Fantasy raid." I'm like, "Okay, enjoy."
Every time, well, like I think I figured it out, right? Because it's difficult to get 8 people together. There's a hot zone where people from multiple time zones can actually play together, and it's exactly in the middle of like Pacific time zone,
right?
After or like afternoon, evening. So the exact time anyone wants to do anything is the exact time that's been blocked out for that. Most of the time.
Well,
so, yeah.
I hope you're enjoying it.
I am.
That's all that matters.
It's super awesome.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
And like I said, just rocketing up and up the
view count?
charts. Yeah,
I bet it is.
When I pound that table and I scream and I yell, they see that graph.
Hit your heel! Hit your heel!
Cooperative platformer where up to 10 random players team up and must combine the abilities of 50 different characters to win and complete a loop. Throw yourself on a spike and lay down an adorable little tombstone. Armazu is about helping people, working together, and finding bliss in cooperation.
How many players are there?
They said 10.
Wow.
Wrong.
That's interesting. Cool.
Interesting.
It was a good trailer, Volvi. That transition is really something.
You missed Volvi? Well, he's back. There he is.
Somebody give me Volvi lore. What's his deal?
Is that Volvi on the bottom right?
Yeah. Because his hat has a V on it. The V is for Volvi. Bruce.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware, yeah. That's right.
Okay. Didn't know if you noticed that.
Did you get him more? Okay.
No, I'm good.
Right.
He has a J-O arm. Is that what that's for? He doesn't have any genitals, though. What's he J-O-ing?
It's a really big hand, too. It's like, what is it, Lady in the Water? Remember whatever M. Night Shyamalan movie that was?
Oh, I didn't see that one. Did she have a big hand?
One of the characters has one really big muscular arm. Because apparently he only lifts weights on one side.
Is it
Lady in the Water? I always forget.
Really? That's it?
I mean, that was it, yeah.
Is it just a character quirk, or is there like a reason for that?
I mean, whatever. It's just like every other M. Night Shyamalan movie that it comes into play at the end of the film, right?
Oh, it just magically...
They're like, oh, I need somebody with one...
exactly one really buff arm!
yeah, exactly.
Ah! That's good writing, Bruce. That's great writing. I mean, when something at the beginning makes you go, huh?
Everything
and then at the end you're like, ah!
Everything is a Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
Oh, this is neat. I like the way it looks.
That looks awesome.
The only problem with Hellboy is there wasn't a Chekhov's gun. Maybe there was.
He has that big arm, though. Then you get to find out what he uses that big arm for.
He does have a J-O arm. Yeah, I didn't actually get a whole lot of sleep there, Volvi.
Slap him 5.
Ow. Wait, that was Lance Reddick? Oh.
I guess, yeah. People were saying Lance Reddick was in that. What a dude. It's one of those things where I was like, when I saw Lance Reddick had passed, I was like, oh, man. Like, I want to see Lance Reddick work for the next 30 years. Like, I was like, I love what he does.
Yeah, it really sucks.
And I love what he has been doing. So I'm so excited to see.
He had a long, wonderful career. Cut short. I'm still kind of achy. I don't know what happened.
Do you need anything? I know you've taken 1,000 pills. So
yeah,
do you need water or food or anything like that?
Nah, I'm good. Thank you, though.
Yeah, of course.
It's like to burn off all those vapes. I was kind of worried that was gonna. Oh, we got a Suda 51 trailer coming up. Nice. Wait, does he have a new game? Or is he still trying to resell No More Heroes 3? Which, by the way, everybody, play No More Heroes 3. That's it. Just do it.
All right.
I think they sponsored me. #disclosure.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, I did a sponsor thing.
Good for you.
Oh, dude, I love Suda 51 games. You want to talk about games that are, well, some of them bend towards being more commercial, but games that are definitely more about expression than popular viability.
It's true. You're right.
I am mad. Yep, that sounds like Suda 51.
Hey everybody, this is James Mountain, Community Manager here at Grasshopper Manufacturer. And today for our 25th anniversary...
Oh, Shadows of the Damned is back. No, Suda!
The bullet train is here. Hell, monkey. And maybe I will blow your head off nice.
Are they re-releasing this game?
No.
Hey,
oh, you.
Has the right to pick the music for his own funeral. I do love a party.
Nice.
Demon Hunter, your bullets have no.
So what is Shadows of the Damned about?
The guy's name is like George Tequila or something. And the devil kidnaps your girlfriend and you have to go through hell on your motorcycle shooting people to save her.
Cool.
You have a gun called the Big Boner.
Nice. I mean, I get it. Yeah, no, it's boner.
Yeah. It shoots bones.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Your gun, I think, is a real wisecracking wise guy. He's always riffing on you, I seem to recall. I haven't played that game in 10 years, but I had a good time with it.
Okay.
I remember weirdly at Machinima, everybody was weirdly pretentious about games. 2010s were a weirdly pretentious time. But I remember being like, Shadows of the Damned is real fun. And I remember people like full on rolled their eyes at me.
Really?
Because yeah, nobody gave a shit. They were all about like Call of Duty and that was it. I don't mean like the Respawn crew specifically.
Oh no, yeah, of course, yeah.
No, they were always rad. But yeah, there was just like the very pinky out. This was like when Braid was taking everyone's breath away. And here's this like corny, hammy, Japanese-made game that no one gives two shits
Penis
about.
joke game, yeah.
Somebody who did the soundtrack didn't Akira Yamaoka do the soundtrack for Shadows of the Damned? Could be wrong about that.
Didn't Bruce play it at Inside Game? Maybe. I may have.
Might have.
Who knows?
I did the review at Inside Gaming. Suda written, Mikami directed, Yamaoka music. Yep, it's a fun ride, and it's also one of those like, it's an 8 to 10 hour game. It's meant to be dumb fun for an evening or two, and then you move on with your life.
Yeah.
They don't really make games like that anymore. Lollipop Chainsaw, another one like that.
They're remaking that, right?
Yeah. James Gunn's name has blown up in value since that game came out, which is kind of interesting.
Seriously.
Oh man, that game had a legendary soundtrack.
Huh.
I guess the score they can still get. That was with Akira Yamaoka and Jimmy Urine from Mindless Self-Indulgence.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, Lollipop Chainsaw has some really impressive music. And they also had a really good soundtrack today, like Sleigh Bells and a couple of other really current bands.
Yes, Volvi's arm changed, just so you know.
It's a little more purple now. Circulation problems.
For generations of gamers, this is where it all began. The cultural icon of the gaming industry.
Gex?
More influential than any pop star.
Oh, it's Volvi.
No, it's Volvi.
Okay.
The most famous video game mascot of all time. Devolver Digital's very own Volvi.
Maybe Volvi was never around until now, and this is why they're giving us the lore drop.
Chat, did Volvi exist before this press conference? Like, was it from last year? Because I don't know, and Lawrence doesn't remember.
Creating a character that could rival the big names of the day.
No, people are saying Volvi is brand new.
Okay, that makes more sense then.
Bonk, Gex.
You know what? Speaking of Machinima, I remember it was like 2012.
And this was no small task.
No, it was like 2010. And the person I was working under emailed me and they were like, "Hey, we have a request for proposal with Devolver Digital, and they want to do like a presentation to announce their new game. What are some of your ideas?" And I was like, I thought about it, and I was like, okay, I would make up like a character at the company and like have like a pseudo documentary about their past.
Yeah,
and they would announce the game. And the person that had asked me for the idea was like, "That's a terrible idea." And I was like, "Well, what about it was bad?" And he was like, "No, this is just ridiculous. I mean, I can present it to that to them, but they're just going to say no." And then I just was like kind of breath taken for a second. I was like, first of all, it is a good idea because that's literally exactly what they ended up doing.
Right, yeah.
But second of all, like if you give me nothing to work with, how am I supposed to triangulate
That's right, yeah.
a pitch? I gave you my best idea and you just dismissed it, so there's nowhere to go. Anyway,
I was just talking about what happened at Machinima with my wife.
Sorry, they're editing Volvi into all of Devolver
into all the Devolver games.
Yeah.
there was a couple of times, specifically, I was in a meeting room with people. I obviously won't say who they were, but they were. I remember telling me when we were just starting Inside Gaming, the channel in 2013. They were like, "This is a terrible idea. It's going to go nowhere." They were like, "It's not going to succeed. People have been doing this for years. Don't do this." And I was always like, "But I think it's going to be good." And they're like, "No, it's going to be bad. Don't do it." And I was like, "But I really," and I was like, "I'm going to keep doing it, just so you know. But I'll take your word for it."
The titans of industry.
So there you go.
At Machinima.
There you go. Yeah.
Executives with their finger on the pulse of what works in new media.
I had a few stories of that where people were telling me the things that have now lived on for 15 years or whatever. Told me that it was bad, and I was like, okay, whatever, whatever you say.
Mouth rash too. Okay, so this is the satire.
Part ways with
they're using Volvi as a reflection of pop gaming.
I didn't want to show them at all. It was just more of like,
see, it's the edgy aughts now.
Why would you shit on me? Yeah, it is. It totally is. Yeah.
Post GTA.
I don't need your permission to
Oh my god.
Even the big hand for gaming.
Looks like that fake game from Inside Man.
Something with more attitude.
What is that?
There was like a shot of a kid playing a game on a PSP, and he just like runs up and shoots a dude in the head 5 times and like takes his wallet.
Volvi 2.0
It's the best. It was really on the nose even back then. Oh no, Volvi.
So
yeah, Volvi's bad fur day.
We made the decision to
187 Ride or Die.
The Volvi franchise.
It felt
like this was my idea. Thank you. I own this.
That's right. They went back to their emails from 2013 and were like, "Wait a minute."
I don't think I backed up my emails, because boy, would I like to crack that open now and read my actual pitch. I think that was my first exposure. I was such a naive baby, but that was my first exposure to the fact that like you can have a really good idea and the potential to do something great. All it takes is one person in the way being like, no.
I think I don't think did I ever tell you this story? That happened at Rooster Teeth too.
Oh really? Oh my god.
When we first started Rooster Teeth, I sent an email with a pitch, and I was like, I think we could do this, and maybe it'd be fun. And they were like, no, this is stupid. And then they did it 6 months later, and I was like, shit, you gotta be kidding me. And I pulled up the email, and I was like, what happened? And they're like, we just decided. Did I ever tell you that story? Do you know what it is? I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
Ladies
I'll tell you
and
later.
gentlemen, please
but I just remember that they very distinctly shit on the idea and then made it. And I was like, wow, that takes some balls.
Oh, they're trotting out the old guy. The old Volvi man.
Oh my
We're going to give him a Lifetime Achievement Award while the kids in the room wonder what's going on.
Please tell me, bro. How do you feel right
This
now
is good satire. These are all deep cuts, but this is pretty good stuff.
Very nice. Wow, that is beautiful. That is amazing. And I, for one,
the creator of
cannot wait to
Volvi.
see what you and the team at Devolver have come up with. So, what do you say? You want to see
Is this the vehicle that they're going to show all their trailers in? It's
yes.
like, it's all, okay, that makes even more sense. So, this is what I mean, though, about, like, using your marketing tentpole as a draw to drag people through all the rest of your trailers. Oh, god damn it.
Volve E.
Volve E.
Oh my god, he is back. Incredible.
This dude's going to have a mental breakdown.
How does he work?
Just like, I just drew a Vol 40 years ago. Why am I here?
Well, we've taken the heart and soul of what made Ronathan's character so lovable, but we've given him a very important new update. With the latest advances in both biotech and machine learning, Volve E fuses the DNA of a real Vol with today's most powerful AI technology.
That's impressive. Yeah.
She sounds like an AI.
In short, Volve E can instantly generate brand new, fully playable games based on simple prompts.
I've been waiting for this, Bruce.
Simple prompts, you say?
What, AI making a video game?
AI is making video games as you play them.
Wait for a bunch of slow programmers and
Full
stinky
masturbatory simulation.
Inspired. No, they can use Volve E to play what they want, when they want. Here,
What if games just become sparkles and meaningless meters that are always filling up?
Just clicking over and over?
Generate a game for
You have to have your arm in a robotic sleeve that moves your hand and clicks for you.
So you don't have to do anything at all?
You're gaming,
like,
Bruce.
That sounds amazing.
Corporate survival sandbox, but with wizards.
Listen, and I'll tell you a tale.
I'm gonna turn it up a smidge.
There they stood,
Please do.
6 alone, the hunter, the maker, and the wild swamp zone. The young chief rising and a weaver of bone. Remember, the gate was thrown wide, the horror inside. The riders drew iron, there was nowhere to hide. Before it was done, our heroes, yes, everyone.
Actually, it is quiet. It's up all the way.
Yeah, I think this presentation is just mastered a little lower. I think it's music. Soundtrack by Rodrigo E. Gabriela.
Is that actually true?
No, I made it.
Oh, I was like, it'd be amazing. Yeah, it looks like Risk of Rain to me.
It's up to you now, kid.
We said it was co-op survival, right?
I wasn't sure if that was a joke.
Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes. Crab! Open world bastion.
This has got to be co-op, right? It has to be.
They showed multiple players in the trailer. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Don't Starve, exactly.
Oh. Make a base.
I know you're not usually into these games, but I've gotten into them very much.
Yeah.
They can be really fun if done right.
There's been a lot of them, so
you're right. There are a lot.
I think I'm probably just missing out on the more experimental ones. I don't know. After a while, I know that every game is repetitive, but man, these games. That is Wizard with a Gun. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I don't know. I become too self-aware of how good it is at preventing me from seeing new stuff.
Incredible.
Interesting.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that game was entirely generated by Valve E? No one had to spend any time or effort making it?
Correct. There was no real creative process
Awesome.
at all.
Okay, so they're gonna burn up AI this year
Which
too.
they should, because I always say it on my stream, AI is garbage. Like, it's neat that it's, whatever, fixing our search,
No,
but
well, that's a good
it's not
question,
doing
actually,
anything
that,
for us. It's just
well, each
regurgitating
and
other
each
shit
idea
that's
has
already
to
on the internet.
be digested
That's all people
by
do, Bruce.
Valve E's powerful system.
Well,
And
except
so
for in different
inevitably
ways,
there
right?
is some
Because we're
waste
creative. We can do more than AI can.
But there can be different AIs.
But they're all really bad.
Yeah, they're all really
They're all really bad.
So back to the games.
It's also just weird because, like,
Do you mean to say that anyone...
again, Bruce, it's just going to come back to overthrowing a capitalist system, but... What's the promise of AI?
I mean, the promise of AI is that
made a lot of work?
That we do less work, right? So, like, we don't
Who's
have to
we
do...
in that situation?
I know, right? That's true. It's
Who
true.
owns the AI? Because it's not us.
I'm not saying that... So, I'm not saying that... it's good. I'm just saying that generally speaking, it's like, oh well, we don't have to do less work. We don't have to do as much.
I guess I don't understand the mass fascination with AI when the very next thought that should follow that is, oh fuck. I
agree.
Unless there's like laws passed that prevent private companies from like laying off hundreds of people.
Yeah, I agree.
Thousands of people. I don't know.
I mean, AI is great. Again, AI is great for like procedural stuff that requires no creativity.
Yeah,
but a lot of things that humans do require creativity.
It's good for automated process.
It's just the way it goes.
Also, there's a lot of people who work jobs based on bullshit, meaningless, repetitive stuff. And I'm not saying that their job will go away, but I don't know. I think the proliferation of AI might make people realize just how much meaningless work is done in this world, and how much can be replaced by AI. It's not a great thing, but
it is not a great thing. It's true.
I hope it. Well, this is too much to hope for, but I would like to hope that it motivates everyone to ask themselves what makes them a unique human, and to maybe focus on those things in their life and in their work.
Yeah.
But not everyone has that liberty. That's some big, I get to wake up whenever I want thoughts.
Yeah, AI is not going to be replacing anything in creative fields for a very, very, very long time. A very long time. Mark my words.
There's a lot of creative shit that is turn the crank.
Well, that's and so
people make a lot of creative stuff they don't care about and invest no energy into.
And again, I think that they're underestimating how much work actually is involved with that if they do it a lot. So
that's true.
And the best part is that
it will, like a lot of technology, it will allow fewer employees to do the work that used to require more people. I think it will accelerate and refine production processes, but I don't like just a future where more media can be made with fewer people also isn't really that appealing because there's already too much media. So I'm not quite sure what the end game is. That we have more video games? Do we need that?
We will have more. That's true. We will have more video games, more movies, more television, more whatever. I don't know. I mean, do we need that? My answer is we don't need it, but also I don't care that we have more.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
I'd rather have more than less.
It's just
super weird walking simulator where you control the character's legs independently from his body.
Angel Frame is like, it's great for nailing down the facts, which it is. In some cases, I've been reading a lot of like articles about how like AI would cite papers that don't exist and so like that's like I'm not sure about that one.
AI just knows what it's been told.
That's right. Yeah.
It has all the confidence of like your older brother who just kind of like has heard things but then sort of makes stuff up.
Right.
But you're 14 and it all kind of checks out.
I mean, it doesn't matter if the market is ultra saturated. Doesn't matter. Like, I will happily have more choice. Yeah. More choice to me is always better. There is never a reason to have less choice for me, ever.
Yeah.
I don't know why I would want less choice.
I'm just more looking at the reality of what an AI proliferated future is, and wondering why people are excited to get to that. Because I don't think it. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not excited about it at all. No, I'm not. I think there are some people that are excited about it, but I also think that those are the NFT bros.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so it is awesome. Ha!
What? Getting over
it's
it?
A survival sim where you control your legs and and arms independently.
Amazing.
He's got a pear shape. I like it.
Amazing.
Sturdy. Bennett Foddy, you've done it again. Oh!
This is good. This is the evolution of this
open world co-op. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh. So wait, the storyline really was that he was just getting mega baked in his basement, and then he got teleported here.
Oh really?
Yeah, like his parents were fighting or whatever, and he just hit a bong so righteously hard that he teleported.
I didn't.
Yeah, let's go back in time to when you didn't.
No, I was just trying to catch it with my. Sorry,
with your foot. Yeah, you tried to catch it.
I saw it was starting to go, and I just tried to.
You just kicked. You thought I'll give it a good kick
to
counter.
Yeah, I was trying to steady it. I might be over.
Yeah, you might have. You might have oversteadied it.
No, it's just a little oversteadied.
Well, it's not steady now.
No, well.
See you later. Wanker.
Yeah.
Old 2010s YouTube humor for you. Nice.
That's really funny.
That's a really good name.
That's going to be a Twitch phenomenon for a few days.
100%. Yeah, Aussie humor. Yeah, I guess that rapid fire back and forth.
Oh, that's Bennett Foddy voicing the dude? Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Where was Volvi?
And you still have to buy it. Okay, give her a big hand. Brilliant.
So what happens if we bring a pro into this? Let's give Volvi something really special here.
This dude's mannerisms are aggravatingly good.
Hey, yo! Hey, how we doing? Guys, I am watching live, and can I just say, what you were doing out there, incredible.
Famous
I'm
gamer.
more excited to be part of whatever this is.
And thank you. We're all massive fans of your influencing. What prompt would you like to give Valve E here?
Okay, try this, Volvi. A much-anticipated sequel to a hilarious online co-op game. Just more gameplay, more levels, just better all around.
Okay, Valve, show 'em what you got.
More levels, Bruce.
Hey, what is this?
That used to be the only thing anyone cared about. Are there more levels? Now everything's gone wacky.
Oh, Human Fall Flat 2.
There's room for a 2 there.
Yes, there is.
Ah.
They needed to make this game 3 years ago, so I'm glad they made it.
Yeah. You don't think there's still time for humans to fall flat?
I mean, it's really fun, but I played it a bunch of times, so now just needs more content.
On a copy of that. Who wouldn't, right? Yeah, come on.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, now that you have all met the new and improved Valve E, it's time for him to meet with you as we connect him to
What would your AI prompt be for a video game, Bruce?
My AI prompt for a video game would be dark, gothic, 2D platformer where character learns about his childhood trauma. Also has to collect orbs and level up skills every level.
I know that sounds a lot like an indie game, and you don't play that shit.
Yeah, I do. I actually do. No, I played a bunch of them.
We know you, Bruce. You don't do that. You don't touch that. Hey, Volvi. Volvi's in Oh, here we go. Here's our Volvi sizzle reel. I want a boomer shooter where you're constantly having intercourse.
Like shoot 'em up.
Or Crank. And Crank, yeah.
Crank.
Uh-oh. The AI evolved his jerkin arm.
He's evolved his giant, like, it looks like skin.
Evolved?
Yeah. He evolved his skin-like arm.
Yeah, also here's the gore you were predicting.
I mean, I knew it would happen.
Yeah, you're right.
Again, I'm not saying that it's bad, I just know what it is.
He's the only one who knows how to stop him. My god. Stop, Volvi. It's me, your father.
Stupid. That's so dumb.
It's just good storytelling, Bruce.
Is this a real game?
This is the game that he AI constructed just now.
Oh, okay.
I think. Movie. He was pointing at the hot dog. No.
Oh no, Volvi.
It's like Abraham and Isaac. You gotta do it.
Hey kids! Get 50% off all your favorite Volvi merchandise right
Yeah, they're probably sitting on a lot of Volvi merch right now.
Do you think they're probably selling that, right?
Probably,
yeah, they gotta be. That was it.
That was it.
Wow, that was short. And I appreciate that.
They usually, well, yeah. They're so produced, they can't be very long. That was cool.
That was cool.
Riffing on AI a little bit.
I'm looking forward to the Bennett Foddy game.
Yeah. Baby Steps, what a good name. Oh, that's the Mortal Kombat theme I know and love.
Lawrence, how's your head?
It's still pressure, but not in pain, so that's good.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go lie down on a couch for a little bit.
That sounds nice.
And let all that. It's mostly the video games. I opened up. It's like Johnny Mnemonic. I ran my space doubler in my head before I got here. Downloaded all the video game data.
Right.
Now it's slowly destroying my brain from the inside.
I see.
So I got to go on a trip with a cyber dolphin or something.
Just get some rest.
Weird movie. Yeah.
Drink some water.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching with us.
Everybody. We'll be back on what, Sunday?
That's right. 10 a.m. Pacific, I want to say.
Whew, even earlier.
10 a.m. Pacific on Sunday will be Xbox and Starfield, and then after that is PC gaming. Too.
PC gaming is always real fun.
Yeah.
Xbox and Starfield should be interesting. Telling. Isn't there one more thing isn't Wholesome on Sunday or something like that?
Probably. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully my gamer brain will cool back down by then, so I'll get to have some shots. We'll have a good time again.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
We'll stop streaming.